Hello, friends. So we have Annie with us. She's from Philippines.
Hello.
She is graduate in special education and is a teacher with Montessori School.
Yes.
So Annie, why don't you
So,
introduce yourselves to the audience so that they
okay.
can know a little bit about you?
Okay, hello. Here in the Philippines, it's good evening because it's nighttime. So I will say good day. I'm so my full name is Anne Liza Pereira, but my students call me Miss Anne. Yes, and I graduated special education, and I have a specialization in teaching children with intellectual disability. Yes. And I am currently teaching at Hugs and Cradles Montessori School. So I have 1 year experience after I graduated. Before I became a licensed teacher here in the Philippines. But prior to that, we are having outreach programs and other advocacies to children with special needs, also with adults.
Great to
Mm.
hear that. Great to hear that. So Annie,
Thank you.
curious, how did you get into special education at the very first place?
Yes. So in the way back when I was in the in high school or in yes, I didn't actually think of taking teaching or special education in specific to have as my major. But as I searched about the special education, and then I um I started to learn what is special education all about, and I've been encouraged by also other people whom I have known having special needs, and this actually became my motivation. So aside from that, I am also a scholar. That's why I've been motivated to pursue teaching, specifically in special education. But I've observed that uh, two in the first two years in college, I didn't actually embrace special education fully until we had continuous advocacies and programs. And then there, I met a lot of children with special needs. I've encountered a lot of people who have even parents and guardians. And then that's when I realized that I am really into this kind of profession. And then as I started to embrace special education, I'm loving it until now that I'm practicing it.
Indeed, once you are into a profession like this, there is no going back. You fall in love with it.
Yes.
You fall in love with
Yes,
the
because it's
kids, and you fall in love
yes,
with their
because
development, the happiness of their parents, the happiness of the kids. So indeed, I could not agree more on to that.
thank
So
you.
can you tell me about so since you talked about motivation, right? So can you tell us something about what is the most motivating part of being a special educator?
So as what I can share, because as what I've said, I've already had a year experience in aqua teaching or as a licensed teacher, but I could share more on our prior advocacy programs when I was still a student in bachelor in special education. So the best motivating part for me is when you see your child or when you see the child learn from you or engage from you, because in that way you are not it's like you are not the one who teaches, but the child is teaching you something, and that is the life lessons that you get from the experiences of these children, including their parents, their grandmothers, and even those who guide them, their guardians. Because most of the children with special needs hate or lived with their guardians. Most some that we and how we encountered, most of them was left or were left with their guardians, with no biological mothers and fathers. So it's very inspiring to hear some messages to this kind of people. If we can say people who are not like us, who can function well in the society, because the more the more you know about the child progressing, the more you are being inspired, because if people like this can succeed in life, how much more we people who are fully equipped and functional. And so that's very inspiring. That's one of the very inspiring messages of or motivation for becoming a special education teacher.
Annie, so since you talked about the fact that it's not just a one-way learning, right? It's not just that you teach the
Yes,
kids, you get to learn from the kids as well, right?
yes.
So can you share some examples with us? Probably that's gonna be exciting, right?
Some examples. It's most probably about the life lessons, because it changes the way you see life. It changes your perspective. It change um the way for example, the way you wake up in the morning. You appreciate the small things that the ones you did not um notice that existed in your life. So that's a very precious thing that I can say that I have learned during my practicum, during my student life, and until now, since I have been handling children with special needs as well.
Agree. So these kids really change your perspective to life. So
Yes,
yeah, you start
yes,
looking at things a little differently. So they are not just black and white anymore. You start
yes. They
appreciating.
are
Yeah, you start
yes,
appreciating
they
the
are
beauty
not
of
just
everything.
like yes.
Right, right.
Mm.
So, Annie, can you tell me about how a normal workday in your life really looks like? I mean,
Okay.
how does that really work?
Yes. So now, as a teacher, I handle children from ages 1.4 to 4 years old. So in a daily basis, my schedule really is my teaching schedule is 8:30 to 10, and then 8:30 a.m. until 10 a.m. and then in the afternoon one at 11:30 to 1 p.m. So that's the play school. Most of the kids I handle are normal children. We we rarely have play school children who have special needs. Although we have some who have a behavioral problem, but in our school we merely cater children in a one-on-one basis. So one teacher and one student. So if that's the case, that the child will enroll in a play school, so we have to make sure that the child is given modification, especially if or she has a behavioral problem. So we really need to adjust the instructions, the curriculum, even the teaching method. So after that, I have also tutorials. I handled tutorials. So some of my students have learning disabilities, some have autism, but are mainstreamed in a regular school. So most of them are grade schools or grade schoolers already. So that goes on until 5 p.m. So that's I can see the routine of my teaching here in our school. So basically I'm fully loaded the whole day with teaching. So
Great to hear that, Annie. Can you tell us a little bit more about the behavioral and intervention techniques? Like, what do you do?
yeah.
How do you do? So that's kind of that'll help the audience understand it a little bit more.
Okay. So when it comes to behavioral modification technique, it is very crucial because most or the occupational therapist or the physical therapist is they are applying the therapy itself, but in our school we are giving programs. we are giving behavioral modification program because as a special education teacher, we are only allowed to give the programs of the child because most of our child also has occupational therapists. So we collaborate with them, we exchange ideas, we give feedback to each other because we have the same kids, we handle the same kids. So most of our modification technique, we collaborate, as I said, we collaborate with the occupational therapist, and then they give us advices on what should we do with this particular child for say a child with behavioral modification. So we apply also modificational techniques like reinforcement or reward. So things like those. So some techniques that we apply also, we made it since these kids are very sensitive and they're in their early childhood development, so we are very sensitive not to punish children, especially if in front of other their classmates or their teachers. So we made it sure that the techniques that we give, we ask for a recommendation from our head and for the occupational therapist of these children.
Great, great, great to hear that. What are the typical challenges that you face with respect to kids, with respect to their parents, with respect to government policies? So, yeah, what are the typical challenges that you face?
The typical challenges. Well, it it comes in different aspects or areas. For example, in children, if your child has a multiple disability, it will challenge you as a teacher to think of techniques and methods that you will use to address the needs of the children because the parents rely mostly on teachers because they think that you can help more because you're the educated or you're in school, the one who will teach their children. So it is very crucial to find the best method that will suit the needs of of your child or your children. So another thing also is when the child is not in a good mood. For example, the child haven't slept well last night or the child is hungry. So you have to also to make sure that you know your child, you know you know including his likes and interests because this will also help you cater or have or of think of a method that will suit your child. So for example, your child likes superheroes, you can have a superhero team class or session. These things will help you also connect with your child. So we call it you build rapport to your child, you build relationship, and then as you build relationship to your child eventually or gradually befriend you or look at you as a friend because they're very innocent. Children with special needs are very innocent, and if they're very comfortable with you, and then the session will be smooth, and then the child will start to cooperate, and then you'll see the progress that the child can learn. So that's a typical challenge of what is the method that you will use. Other thing also is I can say is how you handle this parent because some parents are denial, so they do not accept their child having this kind of condition. So it's very difficult to to collaborate with parents who in the first place do not accept the conditions of the child. So for example, in our play school, since they are in the early childhood, they are we can see some red flags in this particular child, and it's very challenging for us teachers to say or to have a meeting to parents that you can see signs that your child might have autism or your child might have speech delay. So it's you can consult a therapist or developmental pedia. So it's very hard to open up to this kind of parents, especially if they do not accept in the first place that their child, that's what I'm saying, have disability or a condition. So um, that is why we are having a parent-teacher conference every the first quarter of our school year to inform the parents of what they can expect in our school or what they can expect from the teachers or curriculum or what may be, for example, in the middle of the quarter, we may ask for some meeting. So we explain these things to parents as well to minimize uh, difficulties and other things that might not be grow into a good relationship with your parents because here in our school the parents are mainly the great factors because it's up to them. So for example, in a special education, no matter what are the observations that you have in a child, for example, in early intervention programs, no matter what are your suggestions, the last say will still be on the parents, whether they can re-enroll their children here in school or not, or whether they will follow the program. So that is why it is also nice to have a good relationship with the parents of the children.
So I completely agree, Annie. So awareness and acceptance is the key. Unless you accept something, you would not really be able to take care of it, right? So acceptance essentially is the first step in any journey for that matter. Uh, so can you tell me one? So I'm just a little curious, right? So when you tell someone that you know what, there are red flags, your kid may have so that your kid may be slow learning or stuff like that. How do they react when they hear about these red flags?
So we already prepared for the reaction of the parents, especially if we know that this parent is difficult to handle. So most of the time they will say, "Are you sure? Are you?" Or maybe because my child acts differently here in school. He's very active in our house or every family gathering or whenever we are in the park. The things that you said does not coincide with the things that we have observed here in school. So we explain also to parents that it is yes that's correct that the child may act differently, but we have assessment tools. We have checklists. For example, checklists for early childhood development and milestones. So we have this developmental progress report wherein we as a teacher can track based on what we observed here in school. So either the child can jump or can hop in this particular length, or the child can run, or the child can crawl. So we are based on the developmental checklist that we have. So we base also our observations in the assessment tools that we have. Yeah.
Great to hear that, Annie. Annie, can you tell us about some of the techniques that has helped your kids the most? So, if they, whatever number of kids that you have been working with, so there's one key technique that has helped you with the most number of kids.
The very technique that I so far for me is the reinforcement technique because for example my preschooler achieved something so very nice, so very good. You have a star. We give stars, even though it's a very innocent thing. It's just a sticker. It's just a printed star, but the child appreciates and the child presents this to parents. So that is why I can see that it's working because that particular behavior has a ripple effect to his or her classmates. Other classmates also follow the child to have the star that the teacher gave to him or to her. So I'm also surprised because way back in college we are just studying this theories. We are just although our teachers would say that this is really effective, but if you experience it in yourself, you can say that yes, it really works. So it's nice that I've experienced the things that I've learned way back in college.
Indeed, indeed. So the thing is, if you are not confident, if you do not buy something yourself, you probably would not be able to sell it across. So yeah, I would put it
Yes.
that way. So yeah,
Mm-mm.
if you truly believe in something, you certainly would be able to do much better with respect to that.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Anna, can you tell us something little more about developmental milestones? What could be those, and how to categorize that?
Okay. So in our school, we have, because since we are Montessori based, we categorize developmental milestones in five areas. So that's language, math, social, nature, and uh, language, math, nature, social, and emotional. So we categorize things according to its no, according to its area, according to what area fits this particular category. So for example, the child can write, so that it can we categorize it in fine motor, fine and gross motor skills. So the child can identify phonics, so we categorize it in a language. So this developmental checklist are based on curriculum of the Montessori, and of course based on the developmental um, what we call it, what do we expect, for example, what do I expect in my 3 year old, for example, normal 3 year old child. So if the 3 year old child did not achieve this particular criterion, then that's the time, at least five in every area. So that's the time that we became alarmed that why isn't this child achieve this particular criterion or criteria, but we give allowances, or we give extensions, maybe because um, some children are really delayed, and then they achieve this particular criterion in maybe a month or a year, delayed, so they only given a year. So we give extensions to make sure that, for example, to make sure that the child can really achieve this particular career or not. So it's very crucial. So these things we give it to the developmental media. It's the developmental media uh, uh, job to assess, and then the assessment uh, are given to us here in school.
Great. So agree to that. So people say that early intervention is the key, right? So if there
Yes.
are red flags, then early intervention, the earlier it's been diagnosed, the better it is. So can you shed some
Yes.
light on that? Why is it said so? How would that impact? How beneficial would that be for the kid, for the parents, and for everybody else?
Yes. So here in the Philippines, there's a newborn screening. I don't know if you're familiar with newborn screening. You're familiar with the newborn screening?
Unfortunately, I'm not. So you can explain me that as well. It'll also
The
help me.
newborn it's a test that it's given to a newborn child. So this I'm not really familiar because it's a medical term, but I have a little knowledge. So the newborn screening identifies specific conditions that a child might have. So for example, the child is newly born, and then this particular test detects the conditions that a child might have as early as, I think, a day.
Mhm.
Yes, a day of age. And then so with regards to early intervention, it's very important to have early intervention, because it's it's like a cliche saying that prevention is better than cure. So for example, a child might acquire autism at the age of 5. So it could have been intervened. The child would have been assessed and the child could have been assisted by or enrolled in special education program. As what I said earlier, some parents are really they are not really or they are not they have not they do not have knowledge on how to do this early intervention. That is why it is important to enroll the child in a play school or preschool because their teacher can help, especially if the teacher is a special education teacher. She can help if the child um, shows some red flags in this specific condition. So, as some of my experiences in our outreaches as what I said earlier, we have outreaches and advocacy. So some parents share their experiences where they could have helped their child prevent, for example, autism or being blind or being deaf. They could have prevented it if as early as 2 years old or 3 years old, they could have noticed the signs of this particular condition. That is why, in order to have early intervention, your child, you you can expose your child not only in the house, you can expose your child in the park or yes, enrolling him or her in a school as early as 3 years old or 2 years old because the teachers are very knowledgeable, especially and very crucial, especially in taking notes or taking down the developmental progress of the child, the milestones that the child might exhibit in this particular age.
Great. Uh, Great to hear that, Annie.
Yes.
So I'm sure you would have came across a lot of motivational stories, right? Because you have been working with all these exceptional kids, with different perspective of life. So I'm sure you would have came across a lot of motivational stories so far. So why don't you just share some of them with us?
Some of the motivational stories
Yeah,
that
anything that you have ever came across, anything that's something that makes you feel happy that you would want to share with us.
okay. I think it's when I have an encounter with a child with cerebral palsy.
Uh-huh.
It's a condition in the brain where it affects the motor skills of the child and his cognitive skills. So this particular child is a 15-year-old boy, and then he's on a wheel. Actually, he's on a chair. He do not have a wheelchair where which he is supposed to have a wheelchair because his mobility affects his condition affects his mobility. He cannot walk. He can barely stand, or we can say um, go to other places because he do not have wheelchair. He just sits on the chair, and then his mother and father already carries him. For example, if this child goes to this SPED center because he was enrolled in a SPED center where the teachers teach for the ages 15 and up. They teach already vocational skills like sewing or other vocational skills where the child would benefit. So the parent has to carry the child going to the center without any wheelchair. So that it's very sad to hear that those who need the most do not have the access to their needs. For example, this particular boy do not have wheelchair, so it really touch my heart. The story of this boy, yes, because it's very sad.
Completely agree to that. I mean, that's really sad to hear. Uh, Annie, so how is the awareness with respect to special need in Philippines?
That was sorry.
What is the state of awareness with respect to special needs in Philippines?
Okay. So here in the Philippines, the government tried as much as possible to have a special class or special center in each in each school. So here in our place, it's very we have many special schools here because most of the public schools and even private schools already catered children with special needs. And we also already practice inclusion where a certain child with special needs can be enrolled in a regular classroom as long as this child or the teacher practice also he has, for example, the teacher has a knowledge on how to handle this particular child. He or the teacher knows how to modify the curriculum for this child. So we already practice inclusion, and it's very we have, as what I said, we have many SPED centers and SPED schools already here in the Philippines, even here in Iloilo, in our place.
Great to
So
hear
it's
that.
very nice. Yes, it's very nice that the Philippines is going on the trend on how on catering this kind of children.
Great to hear that, Annie. So, what are these some provisions that government has made with respect to special need people, like some kind of subsidy, some kind of
Legal
some benefits? What?
provisions. Legal provisions, you mean?
So legal
Legal
provisions,
basis.
benefits, reservation in
Actually,
jobs.
there are many. Yes, since way back 1980s, we have many legal bases here in the Philippines already. Although not most of it are being practiced. So that is why um, um, yes, we have many legal bases already, but not all, not all, for example, not all those included in this particular section or articles are being practiced in the Philippines. So some of the legal bases that I can recall is a Republic Act number 70 to 77. It's the Magna Carta for persons with disabilities. So this act provides access to children or to persons with disabilities. It includes um, social benefits where there are ramps, there are for example the colors, paintings, and the signages are also access are the children or the persons with disabilities are can access already in other social mobilities or social areas that our society has. So this we also have I think Batas Pambansa, we call it Batas Pambansa or Education Act where in this act states that there shall be no discrimination in this kind of children in any condition, in any breed, in any ethnic group or whatever ethnic group this child may came or even the color of the skin, for example. So the most important is in education system, the teacher cannot neglect anymore the children with special needs. So that is why we are practicing inclusion.
Great, great. So at least the government is doing its own bit. They're trying to help.
Yeah.
They're trying to help people with special needs. Great to hear that. And it was a pleasure talking to you. Is there anything else
Yes.
that you may want to share with us, with our audience? Any story, anything that you may want to share with us?
I will just share my special education teacher journey. So as what I mentioned earlier, being a special education was not really my choice of profession. But my advice is for me, in my experiences, I've learned that I do not really need to love something because eventually along its way some people, including the experiences, will help you love the particular thing that you chose. Because to be honest, being a teacher is not really my option or my choice. I do not really like teaching. I like to be a medical technologist. So in that because of some personal reasons, I need to take teaching. So it's a part of my life where it's very difficult to embrace something which you do not have idea at, or yes, I did not really think of becoming a teacher, but along the way or eventually you will I learned to love teaching, and then I'm very excited. For example, when I wake up, I'm excited to teach my children. I'm excited to know what are the progress, for example, in every meetings that we had. I'm very excited, and that pleasure is maybe the most important thing that I have, because as long as I'm enjoying teaching, and I know that I'm in a good profession, or I'm in a good job.
Great to hear that, Annie. It was indeed a pleasure talking to you. Just
Thank
one
you.
favor that we would need from your side. Of course, this live would end right now. But what we would
Yeah.
request you to do is, while you're teaching the kids, you could take small bites of that, video bites, and you can share that with us. We would love to share that with our audience. We would love to put that on our social media pages.
Yes, I would love also, but with regards to that, we protect child safety. We do not allow to show the faces of the children
It's
or
okay.
to share.
We can blur the faces. That should not be a problem. So whatever
I
whatever are the
yes,
individual privacy rights, we would take care of
maybe
that.
I will try to raise it.
Right.
Yes, in
And
our
of course, I'll connect with you with respect to that offline.
yes,
Thanks, Annie.
yes.
Thank you for your time. It was indeed a pleasure talking
Thank
to
you.
you.
I'm also flushed. I'm actually nervous because it's my
You
first
don't
time,
really have
and
to
I did not expect that it's international.
You do not
Where
really
are
have
you
to.
from?
I'm sitting in India right now. I'm
Yes.
from India.
Okay. Uh, yes, as what I said, I did not expect it's international. So, but upon seeing your message, I'm really glad to share, because every time a person or a people ask me to share something about Fed, I am really proud, and I am really
So we
happy to share something.
indeed we have this entire thing. So we do collaborate with parents, special educators, and everyone. So the objective is to be able to create awareness, right? Because if there is more awareness, then the probability of things getting improved is slightly better, right? So that's what our endeavor is. We're trying to help everyone possible. So we collaborate with parents, we collaborate with special educators like you. And yeah, this journey does not end here. I'll connect with you offline, and I'll take video bites from you if that's possible. I'm not sure right now, but yeah, I'll connect with you. Hopefully, we'll get some video bites, and hopefully, we'll connect again soon.
Okay, I would love that. Thank
That's it.
you.
Thank you for your time. Have a great day.
Thank you also.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.